would record this for her. I don't want to forget to do that. Okay, are you seeing my whiteboard now?
Yes, I see it.
Perfect.
I can write on it too, right? Nope, I can't. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Yay!
You can. I've not done that. I mean, I did in one of, yeah, Taylor was doing that in one of these sessions, huh? Yes. Totally forgot about that. Okay, so you're talking volume of a pyramid and a cone, that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like particular problems from that, or you want me just to pick some?
Like 15 and 16.
15 and
One of those.
15. Just so Kendra knows if she, oh, no, that's not what I want. Bummer. Okay, so from 11.5, number 15 here. Let's just, oh, there isn't a picture. Okay, so 15, it says in a chemistry lab, you use a filter paper cone to filter a liquid. The diameter of the cone is 6.5. So you have this cone, and it says the diameter is 6.5. Was it centimeters? Yeah. And the height is 6. Keep in mind, hi, Miranda.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We're just going over a little bit of 11.5 right now. So it says the height is 6. Do you remember, is the height this one here on the side or the up and down perpendicular? Height.
Would that be the perpendicular?
Right. So this one is your height, and they told you that's 6 meters. So it says how much liquid will the cone hold when it's full. So if they're talking about how much something will hold, that's volume. So we're finding the volume of the cone. Do you remember the formula for that? You don't have to remember it. It's 1/3 pH. But you'll have that in front of you while you take the test. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to have these memorized. So if we're doing 1/3 BH, we're doing 1/3. The area of the base, the capital B, is going to go here. An area of a circle is always pi r squared. And right now they've given you the diameter, so you need to cut that in half to get the radius. So this would be 3.25. So you're going pi times 3.25 squared for that. And then the height is going to be the 6. Okay. Now did they say round it? They didn't say, but whenever it's a real world problem like this, you typically round it. So we would go 1/3 times 3.25 squared times 6. So the exact answer would be 21.125 pi square centimeters, volume, cubic centimeters. But you can always, if they ask you to round, you just plug that in. So it would be 21.125 times pi. So this is 66.4 cubic centimeters, if you want to do the rounded way. Okay. Hi, Taylor.
Hey.
You sleepy?
Yeah.
You just wake up?
No, but I've been like this all morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
When is the test, though?
Test is next week, Wednesday.
I thought it was today. Today. Yeah. My friends.
On Canvas?
Yeah, my friends told me it was today at 2.
Your friends are punking you.
Maybe.
Don't trust your friends.
I was scared. I was like, I don't know this well enough.
It's Taylor. Want to say hi to Taylor?
Taylor.
Been done.
Oh,
Hey,
what's up,
is that Landon?
It's Landon.
Hey, Landon.
And a bunch of my other students.
We got Rose. Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
You know her
a little
family.
well, yeah.
And Ari.
Ariana, I see the top of her head.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see my picture thing. It's
There
gone.
you go.
There you are.
Oh, whoa. Is this what you guys are learning right now? You're smarter
Yeah.
than me.
You probably graded this stuff before. See, keeping it cool in there?
I mean, how are we sitting right now?
Okay. All right. So that was 15. And then Rose, you also asked about 16, right? No, that was
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 15. Okay, so 16, it says this cone has a filter that will be remaining solution is represented by the shaded region. How many cubic centers of, yeah. Okay, so this one, they're asking for volume again. Sorry if I'm making you nauseous, spinning things around.
Wow.
I know, this is what I do all the time and you don't get to see it. Now you do.
The background teacher stuff.
Yep. Behind the scenes of a geometry teacher.
Ooh,
Okay, so
wow.
you have this one, and we're looking for the volume. So you're going to do the volume of just the shaded. So it's still 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. What's the area of the base right now? So in other words, what's the area of this?
3 squared times pi.
No.
No, it'd be 1.5 squared.
Yes, right. So pi times the radius. So you got to cut it in half squared. And then your height is already given to you. That's 2. Okay. And on this one, because, yeah, it's a real world
Oh, you're trying to
situation.
find a green spot?
You're trying to find the shaded. Yeah. What's the volume of this?
Oh, okay.
Right? Or is that not what they asked for?
No, it is.
Mhm.
For some reason I thought
How much solution remains in the cone. So you would just plug that in. So 1/3 times pi times 1.5 squared times 2. So that comes out to 4.7, and that's cubic centimeters again. Okay. Any other questions? And this
No,
can
not
be from
really.
anything. Hi, Luke.
Do you want from the last lesson? Like the one we just did yesterday, 7?
Sorry,
Luke.
say that again.
Can you do one from what 11.7?
Yes.
So like
do you have
what
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which one?
I'll be right back.
Is this just a homework review?
Yeah, just whatever you've had questions on in the last week. Whatever.
Number 26.
For a value. Let me take a picture. Okay, so this one says, is there a value of x for which the rectangular prisms at the right are similar? And explain. Okay, so here's the deal. In order for figures to be similar, you would have to do that all of their sides are proportional. So if you look at this, this is your, oops, let me pin. This is your smallest side. This is the medium length side, and then the largest side here. So in order for that to work here, this 80 can't be linked to the 30. We don't know what this one is, so it might be that 80 is the biggest, or it might be that 80 is the middle. I would say based on visual, 80 looks the biggest, so I would try it as 80 as the biggest, right? So if this is my largest side, then I have something and 40. And I would say this one looks smaller than this one. So I would try this as my smallest and this as my medium side. So in order for this to be proportional, we would have to say that my small to my small, so 40 to 30, would have to equal my medium to my, that's not my medium, right? So X to 45, and my large to my large, so 80 to 60. So you can see right here, 40 to 30 and 80 to 60, those are both going to reduce to 4 to 3, right? This is 4 to 3, this is 4 to 3. So we want to see, is there a number I can put here to make it a 4 to 3 ratio? So if I set it up as a proportion, X over 45 is 4 to 3, and then cross multiply that, I get 3x equals 180, divide by 3, so X would have to be 60. So you can do it that way. They don't tell you any volumes, but what you could do is you could find a volume of this. So 40 times 30 times 60 is your volume, and you could find a volume ratio by using 80 and 60, turn it into a volume ratio, and then set up a proportion that way. I think this way is simpler, the way that I did it, but you can do it using a volume ratio, more like what we did in the lesson too. So that's up to you. What else? I miss you guys. Wish I could see your faces in class, or just see your faces. Luke is in Minecraft land, it looks like. Oh, there you go. Part of him.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Wait, I have to go look at the question first.
Okay.
Wait, can you still hear me when I talk like this?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the thing with the surface area. It says both the surface areas and one of the volumes, but it doesn't show the other one. How do you find the other one?
Like 15 through 17 in 11.7?
Wait, no, it's on the review, number 7.
Shoot. I don't have the review in front of me. Which review? Was it A or B?
The one we turned in yesterday.
I don't remember which one that was. Was that A?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was
A.
Okay. Oops.
Whoa.
Right. Let's see.
We got a major behind the scenes here.
I know. Take pictures and zoom in enough and you'll see all your tests. Okay. So you said which number?
7.
7. So they tell you the surface area of 2 figures. They're looking for the volume. It says the volume of the larger figure is given. So what we're going to do is find the volume of the smaller figure. Oh, this copied funny. Huh. Is this what yours looked like too? With your exclamation weird places? Bummer. Okay. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, that's probably why I got wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully not. So you have a surface area ratio here. If you turn this into a ratio, 240 over 1500. Currently, that is your surface area ratio, but what do you always have to do to it?
Reduce.
Reduce. So if you go, what are these both divisible by?
15. I don't know. 5.
20. Let's see. 240 divided by 20 is 12.
I did 15.
Nope. Go. 15 works.
Yeah.
Oh, but 20 works. So something bigger than that even. Because this, okay, let's just reduce. I get 12 over 75, but if I divide both those by 3, I get 4 over 25. There we go. So this is as reduced as you can go for surface area, but it's a surface area ratio, and we want a volume ratio. Do you know how to do that? How do you get from a surface area to volume?
It has to do with like squares and stuff.
Yes. So right now you can think of this as this has been squared and this has been squared, right? So I want to get to A to B so that I can then cube it to get to volume. Okay, so to get to here, I need to square root. So I would take the square root of 4 and the square root of 25. So that would be 2 to 5. Okay, so this is my scale factor, 2 to 5. But I don't want a scale factor, I want a volume. So how do I make that a volume?
You do the 3.
Cube it now, right? So it's going to be 2 cubed to 5.
Wait, what if what if when you what was I gonna say? When you square root it, it doesn't come out as a whole number, or just a no. What
Then
if it
you
comes out
probably
as decimal?
didn't reduce first, because everything we give you will be not a number. So it should be like if you reduced it, then you should be able to square root it.
Okay.
Okay. If you square root when it's this, it's going to come out really ugly. We don't want that. So reduce it first, and then it should be perfect squares. So then from here, you take that 2/5, cube both parts, so you get 8 to 125. Okay, so this is your volume ratio. You take your volume ratio and you make a ratio with the numbers that you were given. So it's 8 over 125 equals, and then we would just call this X, and they gave us the bigger one, so it has to go across from our bigger here. So X is going to go up top, and then we'll cross multiply. So it's going to be 125X equals, and then it's 8 times 1562.5 is this number, 46,875. And then divide by 125, and you get 375. And then just make sure you label it correctly. So we were talking meters, so this is meters cubed because it's a volume. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When I did, hold up, because I know on the answer sheet it said 100 on the answer sheet that you put on Canvas.
It did?
Yeah, it said 100.
It said 125x equals 12,500.
500. Yeah.
On
the answer sheet, it said what?
It said like where it says 125x, but then it said equals 12,500.
So I put something wrong on the answer key, is what it sounds like.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure because I got that too.
Yeah, I think
you got what?
When I put 1,562.5 times 8, I got 12,500.
Oh, so I just plugged it in wrong right now? Oh, I did. I still had a 250. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I see what happened. I still have a number on my calculator that doesn't make sense. This thing is not cooperating with me. Try that again. 8 times 1562.5. There we go. And then divide by 125. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's 100. That look better?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to confuse you. I just plugged it in wrong.
It's okay.
By the way, with that, for this test, I'm really curious what this is going to look like. It's all a Canvas quiz test. So everything is multiple choice. But what we're going to do is if you like work the problems out either in Notability or on a separate piece of paper, if it's too hard to have your devices running at the same time, whatever. If you work the problems out and there are steps that you do right, but you get questions wrong, I will go back and give you, they're called fudge points. Like I can give you credit back, even though Canvas corrected it and said you got this, I can give you points back. So if I were you, I would show work on every problem you do on a separate piece of paper or in Notability and then upload that document. If you don't, then I just have to give you whatever you got on the multiple choice. But if you show me work and there is work that is correct and you just made a silly mistake somewhere, or like you found these 2 pieces correctly, but then found the 3rd piece wrong, I can still give you credit for that. So be thorough in your work, which you guys always are. So
Will you put like a place in Canvas to upload the worksheets that we write on?
yeah, so there's like an assignment. It's listed as an assignment, and it says something like, oh gosh, what did I call it?
Chapter 11 test or something.
Well, there's chapter 11 test because you have to take the test. Oh, I named it submit scratch paper from the test. And then it says optional but highly recommended. So that's where you'll turn in like the work for the test.
Okay.
In a separate assignment.
Got it.
All right. Where'd my screen go? Okay. Anything else you have questions on? How you guys feeling about chapter 11?
Terrible.
Who
A
said
bit better.
The worst.
Ari feels the worst?
Awful. The worst lesson.
Yeah, this is definitely the worst one so far.
It's hard.
It's fun.
It's oh.
Well, Rose likes it. Why do you think it's hard? Because you have
There's so
trouble.
many things
so
you need to
stuff.
remember. Formulas and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's the thing. The formulas are going to be sitting in front of you while you take the test. What you need to make sure of, here you go. These are the things you need to make sure of. You need to make sure that you know that when you see a P, they're talking about the perimeter of the figure. Perimeter of the base of the figure. When you see a capital B, they're talking about the area of the base. When you see L, they're talking about the slant height. When you see an H, they're talking about the height of the figure. So that's always going to be perpendicular to your base, whatever line is perpendicular to your base. So like if it's a cylinder, this is H, right? If it's a cone, this H would be right here. It's whatever's perpendicular to the base. So perpendicular here, perpendicular there. Let's see, PH, 1/2 PL, LA plus B. Did I get them all? Yeah.
I think so.
And here's the thing, on the test, you guys, I ask for so 3 separate questions. I'll say find the lateral area. And then you need to do 1/2 PL or PH, whatever formula it is for the lateral area. You got to find the lateral area. The next question, I say, you can't go backwards on this test. You have to once you answer that question, then the next question I say, okay, the answer should have been this, now find the surface area. So if you do something wrong on the first step, you should be able to fix it for finding the surface area because I will have told you what it should have been. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
it's like if you get the lateral area wrong, you're going to get all of them wrong. I tell you okay, fix this. This is what it should have been. Now, how would you find the surface area from that? And then how would you find the volume from that? So yeah, I let you use all the formulas. You'll have them sitting in front of you for the test. You just need to make sure you know what all the letters in the formulas represent. And if you do, then I feel like this is a very doable test.
Awesome.
So just break it down one piece at a time.
Yeah. I noticed on the formula sheet, for the volume on the sphere, it says 4/3 PR cubed. Is that P supposed to be pi?
Yep.
I was doing the homework and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I realized.
Is that radius?
Where
I was
is
like,
that coming from?
working.
I swear, if I go from a doc X or a doc and then make something a PDF, it changes all of my formulas. It does not like formulas.
That's sad.
I know. Let's see, chapter 11. Formula. Good that you guys are here telling me these things, though. Let's see. Oh, sure enough, it turned my pi into a Greek P. So dumb. But why didn't it do it with the other one? I don't know.
So for the test, we're gonna on Canvas, you're gonna give us the question and we're gonna have to like work it out, like write on it.
You won't work it out on the actual test because it's a multiple choice test. So you're gonna work it out on Notability or a piece of paper. Show me your work, and then you'll submit your work after you take the test. Okay. That way, if there's something, so say you did it all right, but you plugged it into your calculator wrong, I can take a 0.5 point off instead of 2 points off, right?
Yeah.
So if you show me your work, there will be value for.
So do we like type the answer in, or is it like, oh, A, B, C, or D?
It's A, B, C, or D.
Give us choice. Okay.
Okay. Tell me why you want to be this way. Okay. Well, I will get that changed and re-upload it. Hopefully it shows up the way it needs to show up that time. That's really weird that it's putting it in as a P instead of a pi, but I'm glad you.
And for the only one. It's so weird. It's for like one. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. Strange.
Okay.
I've had it a ton. Like, I feel like I've had it most of the time, but apparently I didn't catch it this time.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't do it on quizzes that I post later. We'll see.
That would be bad.
Yeah. The good news is there's so much grace in all of this because I know things like this happen, and it's like, well, I have to give them points for something that didn't go the way it was supposed to.
Yeah.
So you should be getting
I turned it in and I was like, why does this say April like 7 or something? And then I was like, that's because that's due after spring break. And I was like, I did the wrong lesson.
Cute. Well, now you're ahead.
Yeah, that's true. Then I didn't have to do it over spring break. That's true.
Yeah, totally. So you have nothing to do today for math?
Yeah.
Because you already did it? Awesome.
Well, no, that was before spring break.
Oh, not before this.
Yeah,
break.
remember that?
Oh, that's right. Yes, yeah. I do.
Do we have a lesson today or something? A review or something?
I don't think I gave you anything today because I wanted you to be able to just enjoy your weekend. So
thank you.
Up and make sure. Yeah. But I think I made it that the review is due. So the one review was due today, right?
Yeah.
Geometry. It's so hard to keep all this straight, you guys. It's like crazy. Review A was due today, and then you don't have anything to do today. And then review B will be due on the 15th. So I'm going to do a Zoom on the 14th, on Tuesday, just for like test review for anyone that wants to go over things. And then that day, review B, you'll do review B, and it'll be due the next morning by 8, Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, you'll take the test. So
Awesome.
you have a pretty chill next few days here. Yeah, and then it's chapter 12. That's our last chapter.
That's exciting.
I know.
Wait, actually, that's
Are we
crazy.
gonna have a final?
I don't know yet. They're gonna tell us on Tuesday what the plan is for the rest of the year, if we're coming back or not.
Okay.
I wouldn't hold your breath. I doubt we are, but if we are, then we might have a final. I don't know. If we're not coming back, I can't imagine they're gonna make you take a final. But they haven't told us yet, so we'll see. See what happens.
I mean, most of the finals are already like scantrons and multiple choice, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but it's more just the like, hey, we haven't been learning anything the normal way for the last 2 months. We're not going to expect you to do crazy things. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Hi, Annika.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. There's that beautiful fiddly fig again. That must be your spot, huh?
I did.
You guys have any other questions? Annika, I'm happy to stick around for whatever questions you have too, but.
Okay, here, 1 second.
Have my screen back again. There we go. I need to make a note to myself to fix that worksheet.
So on the 11-6 homework, how do you do number 24?
Sorry, I was writing a note to myself. On which one?
11-6, the homework. How do you do questions like number 24?
24 from 11-6. Okay, so they give you volume of a sphere. So you're dealing with a sphere. And they tell you the volume is 3,000 cubic meters. Find its surface area. Okay. So the formula for surface area is 4 pi r squared, right? The formula for volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay. What do those have in common?
They both have pi.
They both have pi
and r.
And r, right? So basically, because we know this, we can plug this in here and solve for r. And then that r is our only unknown for surface area. So we're going to do that. We're going to say 3,000 equals 4/3 pi r cubed. And I showed you in the video a couple ways that you could do this. I don't know which way do you prefer, Annika? Do you do like get rid of 3/4, or did you do the big long plug it into your calculator all at once?
I did the get rid of 3/4.
Okay, so let's do that. If I multiply by 3/4 and multiply by 3/4, so you're gonna go 3/4 times 3,000. So you get 2,250 equals pi r cubed. And then from here, get rid of the pi by dividing by pi. So 2250 divided by pi, you get 716.197. That number keeps going. So that's r cubed right now, but we just want r. So what do you have to do to that?
You have to cube root it.
Cube root. Do you know how to do that?
So you put it in the calculator like 3 and then the x root and then answer?
Right. So yours probably looks like this, that button. So you hit
Yeah.
P and then that root, and then either the last answer on your calculator or type that number in. So you're gonna go cube root of that is 8.947. That's your radius. Okay, they want surface area. So you need to then take that and plug it into this formula. So you're gonna go 4 times pi times 8.947 squared, and that will be your answer.
Okay.
And you'll just plug that in because you've already rounded here, so there's no point in leaving it in terms of pi. You'll just plug the whole thing in.
Okay.
Okay.
And then one more question.
Yeah.
On the chapter 11 review, it was number 6, like the sphere has a surface area of 1,296 feet squared. Find its volume.
Yeah, it did it there, guys.
Oh.
This is
Wonder
pi.
why
This is
so
pi. Oh, how frustrating.
Ah.
For some reason, Annika, when I'm taking a document and turning it into a PDF, it's taking all of my pi's and turning them into p's. So if you see a p anywhere, it's pi. I don't know why it's doing that. That's frustrating. Okay. So 1296 pi is the surface area of a sphere, and you're finding the volume. So it's kind of the reverse of what we just did. This is 4 pi r squared. So if we divide by 4 pi on both sides, you get 1296 divided by 4 is 324, right? Pi divided by pi is 1, so those go away.
Yeah.
And then you'll take the square root now. So the square root of 324 is 18. Okay. So then find the volume. Now you're plugging this into your 4/3 pi r cubed formula. So it's going to be 4/3 times pi times 18 cubed. And you'll just plug that in. Leave it in terms of pi, so you won't plug the pi in. So 4 divided by 3 times 18 cubed is 7,776 pi. And we were talking feet cubed.
Okay.
My son shooting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What else? I'm gonna have to send out a note about peas and pies. Bummer. Pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions? Good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you looking, Annika? Do you have another question?
Well, on the formula sheet, there's another P that looks like that one.
Yeah.
Is that
Right.
one?
That's what we were just talking about. It took my pi for some reason, and it turns it into, instead of pi, it's the Greek letter, P, whatever the Greek letter for P is. Because you can kind of tell it's like a different font, right?
Yeah.
So if you ever see that, it's pi.
It's pi. Okay.
Yeah. I will go through and try to fix all of those. I don't know why they're doing it. Because in my normal document, it's a pi. And when I save it as a PDF, it turns it into something else. So,
Okay.
which I didn't realize until just now. So, yeah, sorry. Hopefully it didn't do that on, well, I shouldn't have done that on the test because that's not a PDF. Yeah. All set?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, next Tuesday, I will do one more review session before the test if you want to go over anything. And then the test is Wednesday. And then, yeah, last chapter after that. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah. I will talk to you guys hopefully sooner rather than later. Maybe on Tuesday.